Non, mais c'est pas ça, mais c'est pas un peu de manche.
Tuesday. It's the 10th of
September.
Waiting you join in there. Okay, we are leaving Limoges this morning, almost immediately after this quick clip, and heading to Oradour-sur-Glane for what will hopefully be a pleasant day weather-wise. It's very...
There's cloud, but there's blue sky.
Yeah.
So it's
a very thought-provoking place we're going to, and it's got a heck of a story behind it, but we'll tell you more later.
We checked out the hotel, had a nice stay.
Had our breakfast.
Such as it was.
Hard bed, I found it anyway. Anyway,
it was just too warm.
This is all stuff for later. Anyway, onwards my friends. There's there any significance in the reds?
Leave at the third exit.
Third exit.
1,
2.
Now, leave the exit. For the next 3 miles, keep straight on this road.
we'll stop it for a minute.
Yeah.
Leave at the second exit. In 10 yards, leave the exit and then turn right. In 30 yards, turn right and then you will reach your destination.
Must be parking bit then.
Hey, parking.
Oh yeah.
You have reached your destination.
Let's get away over before that big group of people.
We've arrived, and the place is kind of busy.
Seems to be like
Just a little bit. Car park was empty whenever we arrived, and now look at it.
We seem to be all together, look.
This might have an impact on whether the drone goes up or not, because of the crowds. So, if we can get it up.
The drone that is.
We'll go again. If it's possible, we'll fly it up, and if it's too busy, it's alright, but we just have to do without. So, go and find our...
You'll see when the videos goes live. So
We'll go and find our way into this place now. There's a... We'll go back to that memorial and place the cross over there.
that'll do.
Okay.
Is that actually to do with this?
It's between that and the ones that fought in the First World War and the ones that were killed fighting in the Second World War.
But it's nothing to do with the actual village. What happened on the village, it's nothing to do with the massacre.
It mentions them on that.
Right, okay.
So it's as good a place as any, I think.
It's 643 people. recorded.
So let's go. So there are a lot of people here today. We thought coming earlier in the morning might have been the best thing to do, but obviously not. Church bells ringing.
For 11 o'clock.
So this seems to be the main street of the new village, and it's been named after the date of the massacre, Avenue du 10 Juin. 10 Juin.
Right, we're going now.
This there's always been an amendment here, because this different piece of stone miscounted the casualties at the start. This side here we have all the local people from the First World War all the way across, finishing up with 5 in the 39-45 war. The centrepiece is people that died in the massacre. Okay, we've got a little plaque here. On the 1st of September 2013, Francois Hollande, President of the Republic, and Joachim Gauck, President of the Republic of Germany, have come to Oradour-sur-Glane to remember the victims of the massacre of 10th of June 1944. So the leader of those that were massacred, along with the leader of those that did the massacring, if there's such a word. So there's a series of these pictures along this pathway here, and this one here, this guy Marcel, pictured in front of some of the ruins here. Part of the text here says, "Me, I carry the same name as my grandfather, and I live just behind the ruins of his house." And on and on. I'm not going to get into any further detail, but that's basically what it is. These are his. So each of these signs is depicting a descendant from one of the people from the 10th of June 44. Granddaughters, grandsons, whatever. My French isn't up to speed enough to be able to tell you everything that's certain here, but you know. This girl here, this is her grandfather, and his father was killed. So her great grandfather was one of the victims. This girl here, Maureen. Her great grandfather fought, her grandfather fought, her father fought. That's not true. This girl's family were hunters. So her great grandfather was a hunter, her grandfather was a hunter, her father was a hunter, and she hunted herself as much as possible. She hopes that her 2 infants, her 2 children, will hunt in the same woods. So, yeah.
There's there her grandparents. Her maternal grandparents is that? Live in Oradour.
She visits the ruins with her family and her school. When we get into it and see it a bit better, you'll understand why these people don't forget. And all the way down the hill here. We're seeing the first of the ruins just over here behind these trees. No more common work on site here, that they would take out to the village.
Chevalier, 77 ans. Marie Pister, née Claude, 31 ans.
Yeah. This just gets you children, 7 months to 70 years. 5, 4, 14, 1, 15, 9 and 4. So, nobody spared. Down here and you'll see the children. There's some there are no photographs of, but their ages are recorded. That's only some. They're both sides of the wall the whole way down here. Don't know which is worst, this place or Auschwitz. We just put a little handbook in there, and the visitor centre, as well as this map, and there's some very harrowing photographs in the handbook. So where are we at now then? We're accessed by the Centre of Memory, or Memorial Centre, sorry. So yeah, I'm not sure where we are, to be honest with you. We'll just go here till we find something that we recognise. Still see the scorch marks on some of the walls. These were people's homes at one point, until the SS turned up. Imagine these streets filled with children running and playing. I'll tell you what happened here in a few minutes. Find a quiet place to sit down and talk. Quite clearly see the scorch marks on the walls still. So we're in the grounds of the Lowe's farm at the minute. This is the well over here, we're going to have a look at that. This is the well at the Lowe's farm, L-A-U-Z-E. One thing surprising about this is it still has a roof. In order to give you a bit of perspective, about what we're looking at here. This is the Wikipedia entry on Oradour-sur-Glane massacre, and it goes: on 10th of June 1944, 4 days after D-Day, the village of Oradour-sur-Glane in Haute-Vienne in Nazi-occupied France was destroyed when 643 civilians, including non-combatant men, women and children, were massacred by a German Waffen SS company as collective punishment for resistance activity in the area, including the capture and subsequent execution of Waffen SS Sturmbannführer Helmut Kempfe, who an informant claimed had been burned alive in front of an audience. Kempfe was a highly decorated commander in the 2nd SS Panzer Division Das Reich. Now, there is a bit of doubt about whether these stories are true or not. Nobody knows whether what happened because of the stories or because of the reasons given. But this is the Wikipedia entry anyway. Going on. The Germans murdered everyone they found in the village at the time, as well as people brought in from the surrounding area. The death toll includes people who were merely passing by in the village at the time of the SS company's arrival. Men were brought into barns and sheds where they were shot in the legs and doused with gasoline before the barns were set on fire. Women and children were herded into a church that was set on fire, and those who tried to escape through the windows were machine gunned. Extensive looting then took place. All in all, 643 are recorded to have been murdered. Death toll includes 17 Spanish citizens, 8 Italians, brackets a woman with 7 of her 9 children, and 3 Poles. Only 6 people escaped the massacre. The last living survivor, Robert Hebra, known for his activism for reconciliation between France, Germany and Austria, died on the 11th of February 2023, aged 97. He was 18 at the time of the massacre. The village was never rebuilt. A completely new village was built nearby after the war. President Charles de Gaulle ordered that the ruins of the old village be maintained as a permanent memorial and museum. And that is what you're going to see on our video today, those ruins. Little side note here says that the perpetrators of Waffen SS, commanded by Adolf Dieckmann, Diekmann, and Heinz Lammerding. Dieckmann is buried at the La Cambre cemetery up in Normandy. Dieckmann apparently is buried side by side with Michael Wittmann, a notorious Panzer Division tank commander. Okay, if you look over towards the back here, back of this room, cooking pot on a hearth and a metal, like a cast iron backplate, and the lettering on it says J. Valentine 1936, and a few other bits and pieces lying in around here. Metal work, frame pipes. A very substantial front step here. Solid iron. Supporting the original lintels. So through this door you had the business of J. Beau, courtier. A courtier was a broker. Financial business. There seems to be a smaller divide that's gone through here. There's another business next door. Now, there's a recurring theme here still. If you look over here on the wall, just low down, there's a sewing machine, and up here on the wall yet another sewing machine. I think that's 7 we've seen so far. And down here, my guess is this is the remains of something. Pedal part delivery bike. 80 series might go. Might be good sometimes, might be bad sometimes. But this was the grocery store, which would make the probability of this being a delivery bit even more possible. Like a 3-wheeler, 4-wheeler. Grocers in the day would have made deliveries, so why not? Why not a delivery bike? The hairdressers. Just imagine the sound of girls playing here outside the school. And it says on this plaque, here lived Jean Vayne, 34 years, André Vayne, 29, Jean-Pierre Vayne, 7 years, all killed on the 10th of June 1944. Still see the scorch marks 80 years later. It's an indication of just how fierce those fires were. Like a play yard or a schoolyard out the back here. Two bakers oven there, yes. Some kind of rack for storing bread on. This is in very bad shape. So again, how hot does a fire have to be to make a car as twisted as that? This or two. Walls, remains of a fireplace. Here another banker, broker, I've not sure whether this is another garage or not, but there's at least 3 cars there. Someone's bed. So the Google translation for this Carrie Poussatier is a quarry well digger. Does that mean he worked on a quarry but he was also a well digger? Would Makes sense with a hyphen. Another location for a group of men massacred and burned by the Nazis. Their massacre took place in here. Another cafe and another hairdresser's. The fact that it was a cafe would explain this little table here. No description in the front of this one. Shovel head, the bicycle, fireplace. Found a well. It's full of coins. Okay, we had to do a wee bit of zooming in with the phone camera to see what it says on the sign over there. Livestock dealer. That'll explain the big fancy house. This man obviously had some money about him. House with a bit of ground. Parking, there's something worth seeing next door here. Very uneven ground. Yeah, hello boys. Yeah. It's a bit weird. So many cars. Surely you'd think the Germans would maybe make use of those cars as getaway vehicles or for transport rather than setting them on fire. That clearly has had a new handle and lock put on it.
Just for security, just to keep people out.
No description on it. Doesn't tell you who it was or what kind of a business they operated here. I think we're at the back of the church. More cars in there. Another well. Guessing there would have been a wee statue standing on top of this. Come in here inside the church, and there's a few more obvious signs of what happened here. Strike marks all over the front of this. There. Very big one here. And all over the front. Somewhat on top of this as well. So we'll just read out how the massacre on the church here took place. 5 p.m, the massacre of the women and children. The SS set down a box from which cords protruded. When these were set fire to, causing suffocating smoke, real panic gripped the women, who all rushed towards the doors. The SS were waiting for them there. Machine gun fire forced them to go back inside, and from this carnage only one woman escaped with her life, Madame Rufonche. This was a brutal killing of innocent beings who perished in the fire in atrocious suffering. The youngest of the children was only 8 days old. This is the memorial to the 1418, and we can see substantial damage in it as well. That plaque in front of the church is basically saying most of the women and children were murdered in there. As you can see from the bullet marks on the altar at the back, that's where they were huddled up. Monsieur Massacre. Shoemaker. So that would explain the sewing machine in there too. See more of them in the one next door to the school up there.
One's on the wall, there's been round there too.
Far end of the village. Down at the far end of the village, as far as we can go almost. And the last place we come to is the wheelwrights. Lots of steam driven machinery here. And the remains of a car. Again. It's an infant school, but it doesn't explain why there's steel barring on the windows. And I can't find a translation for later in. More cars, More farm equipment. More wheel tires for carts, I'm imagining. There's a lot more to see and do here than I thought. We maybe not do, but there's a lot of walking involved. It's bigger, much bigger than you find on Google Earth. Yeah, there's a lot of ground to cover, so make sure you put good shoes on. Onwards. This is the village cemetery, and we're not going to show you everything that's in here. We might pick out one or two if we can find any of the victims, but it looks quite large. Chapelle. Giroux Pimpin, martyr of the 10th of June 1944. All victims of the massacre. This sign says don't climb on the tomb, because here rest the ashes of 643 martyrs, and then either side of it they have these glass coffins. That's what's left of them. On. And right at the back here we have a wall with all the names and their ages. Renee Varday. What did she know about what was going on around her? 4 months old.
Said the youngest was 8 days old. It says on this.
Right at the top of the list there. Roland Lacroix, 12 days old. Why? What was the point? There we are, probably the most recognisable image from Oradour. Hard to tell what it is because most of the girls are on, but it possibly an old Citroen. It's starting to collapse, I think. So much wood, metal eaten away. Not enough support.
Well, it's been 80 years.
Everything's just collapsing now. All burnt, no bullet holes. Last thing today, tram station. Has to be, because this one has a platform. That one doesn't. So that's Oradour-sur-Glane. A pretty unique place. Very tiring place.
And it's a hot day. It's the first hot day we've had.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get sprint back to the visitor centre, get the toilet and then get back to the car before our parking time runs out. So all being well and good, we'll catch you again at, we'll get the hand out of the balloons please, at Undermarché. Right. Back to the car, been to the toilet, had a drink, a couple of sweets, slightly refreshed.
At least we got sat down in a soft seat.
Yeah.
Taking the weight off the feet and the weight off the back.
So I did an end up video just before this one, but it was total bollocks, so it's not going to include it.
When you can include too. About funny. Anyway, that's Oradour-sur-Glane. I would say done, but we could have spent longer.
Well worth visiting.
We could have spent longer.
But yeah, I would advise anybody, especially if you're not as nimble in your feet as I used to be. 2 days.
And this was a hot day too.
Yeah.
A sunny hot day.
Take your time. Take your time over it and explore it properly. There is lots to see and there's lots to learn. Just a heck of a lot of travelling involved to get here.
Yeah. How many miles?
Too many. Anyway, we're off to Intermarché now. Get some groceries, get some stocking up done for tomorrow is a day we hope
Well, it'll
for
be like this.
just laying about the house.
And a few wee alcoholic beverages. Sounds good. Yeah.
Yep. And I think I was sitting with my finger over the camera the whole time there.
Oh well.
It's just like that. Yeah.
Oh, well.
Typical me. You're bound to be used to that bit. Anyway, here we go. Here's some more.